Hey girl, I've been following your MBA journey and it inspired me to start my own. I just wanted to check in and see if you were still moving forward with it or what you decided to do. So Bree, tell them where you've been. Hey guys, it's Bree. Welcome back to #BSB. Now before we jump into this video, give it a thumbs up because you know you're gonna like it. Subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram and Clubhouse @SincerelyRare. So Bree, where have you been? Ooh yeah, where have I been these past 11 months? Cause that's exactly how long it's been since I dropped a video. Well, for one, 2020 has been an emotional roller coaster from the very start. When I came back from my trip to Ghana in early January, I had to jump right into interviewing for business school. And then as soon as I wrapped up interviewing, that's when admission decisions started rolling in. And then guess what happened next? COVID. I mean, let's be real. Like, nobody was really doing much of anything while COVID was going on. Let me personalize that. I wasn't doing much of anything when COVID hit because the way my anxiety is set up, I had to get that under wraps before focusing on anything else. So unfortunately, my channel was one of the many things that suffered as I was adjusting to the new normal. But on top of that, I was also, before I even go into that, where have I been? Let me answer that question for you real quick. I've been at IU Kelley School of Business. That's where I've been these past 3 months. And before that, I was still in Brooklyn, which is where I am now, which is why my setup looks nothing like what it did before. I'm on winter break right now, and I was like, it's been exactly 1 year since I submitted my applications. So let me drop a video of my 5 takeaways from my first semester in business school. That's why we're here right now. So let's jump right in. All right, so to focus in on these 5 takeaways, because I'm not gonna do that much rambling about 2020, because as I go through these takeaways, a lot of the things that I would want to ramble on about is going to naturally just come out. My first takeaway from my first semester in business school would be to prioritize your self-care. I've said this in previous videos, but it's still relevant today, and it honestly will always be relevant in my book. But yes, prioritize your self-care and create concrete boundaries or non-negotiables that you will honor throughout the semester, unless it's like midterms or finals. I did a great job starting off with prioritizing my self-care, prioritizing my boundaries. I was able to stay level-headed through most of the semester. But toward the end of the semester, things just started to pile up, and I didn't prioritize my self-care. I definitely let myself down on that, and my health suffered greatly. My anxiety was through the roof, my blood pressure through the roof, my heart rate through the roof. Now, if I had taken time to prioritize my self-care, take naps, continue to ride my bike even though it was very cold in Bloomington, maybe my anxiety, my blood pressure, my heart rate would have regulated itself over time. But honestly, by the end of the semester, I was literally 2 seconds from having either a stroke or a heart attack. So prioritize your self-care. If you're already good with that, this may not be a takeaway for you, but just keep that in mind, that no matter what comes at you in the semester, be sure to prioritize your self-care. Don't let anything get in the way of that. My second takeaway is to find your people early, or find your tribe. Business school, the first semester specifically, comes at you very fast. There are deadlines on top of deadlines, projects on top of projects, exams on top of exams. And honestly, there's not enough hours in the day. You could be the most structured and organized person ever, and it would still feel like a lot. Now, if you're not organized, it's gonna feel even worse. But that's why it's important to find your people. At Kelley, we're broken into study groups or core teams. Different schools call it different things. So a lot of the work, some of the work I didn't even touch, to be honest. because at a certain point, when you have all these overlapping deadlines, you have to play to your strengths. So there were many assignments where me and my team had to divide and conquer. When it came to exams, finding my team, finding my tribe, finding my people, my consortium fam was there. We studied together for every exam. And then I had to study outside of them because there's just some shit I just didn't get. When it came to recruiting, consortium fam came in heavy again, helping me prepare for my interviews, helping me with my STAR statements or CAR statements, as we say at Kelly, connecting me with alum and different employees that they felt I should speak to. My core team and my consortium fam and various people in my cohort in general, super helpful in getting me through this semester. My third takeaway would be embracing your gifts. I'm an empath. I've always been an empath. And what that means is it is very easy for me to put myself in other people's shoes and understand where they're coming from and understand kind of what they're going through. As a project manager, I've always excelled at that. That was a huge strength of mine. But I didn't see it as that until I got to business school, until I had to actually put my CAR statements or my STAR statements together. And like, that was number one of my strengths. Number one, why me? Because I'm an empathetic leader and I know what my team is going through, what they can handle. And as a creative problem solver, I can help lighten their load. Not many leaders do that. Some leaders don't care. They let their team suffer and they don't even try to help. But as an empathetic person, I don't want to see my team struggling. I can honestly say that all of my teams liked me because I was an advocate for them. So that is definitely a gift. That's definitely a strength that I'm glad was a huge takeaway for me, because now I can tap into that. Takeaway number 4, be open to new experiences, new adventures, step outside your comfort zone. With this, there's so much going on in business school, so many opportunities that you can take advantage of, so many clubs, so many leadership positions, so many ways to step outside your comfort zone. And for me, how I did that, well, let's see. I applied to be a part of a case competition. Unfortunately, my team didn't move forward in the case competition that we applied to, but it's fine. I still put myself out there. Another experience I can speak to was applying to be the Black MBA Association first year liaison. I came into business school knowing that I wanted to take on a leadership position of some sort, whether it had been for second year or whether I had the opportunity to do it first year. This first year liaison position with the BMBAA came up and I was like, well, let's see what happens. And I ended up getting the position. The last way I want to say that I put myself out there was, well, 2 ways actually. They're kind of similar. But I applied to be a Hoosier host, which is like a student ambassador. And I also applied to be a diversity champion. So I'll be able to partner with the diversity, equity, and inclusion officer to help Kelly be a more diverse school. Because currently in certain areas, it's not that diverse. So my plan is to change that now that I'm a diversity champion. So for my final takeaway, take time to learn yourself and use those learnings to help you pick the industry or role that's right for you. That introspection will help you with your interviewing. It'll help you with your exploratory calls. It'll help you with your research. I came into business school knowing that I wanted to work at a tech company. I knew I wanted to do product management or product marketing because I don't have the technical experience that's typically required for product managers. I'm going to use product marketing to make that switch in maybe a couple of years, like a year or 2. I knew I wanted to work at a company that prioritized diversity, equity, and inclusion. I knew I wanted a progressive company that was making a huge impact, a company that was doing work that I could be proud to put my name on. So by having tunnel vision and knowing specifically what I wanted, I was able to target those top tech companies, those product marketing management positions. So with that said, I might as well just announce on here, since I announced it on Instagram already. In the summer, I'll be interning with Microsoft in their cloud marketing department as a product marketing manager. And guess how I got that? By having tunnel vision, sacrificing my entire summer to prep for the interviews, and with the help of Microsoft employees, the second year Kellys, the Kelly alums, second years from other schools who are currently interning at Microsoft, having exploratory calls with all of them, picking their brains, going over my statements and my stories, practicing casing. It definitely took a village to get me Microsoft, and I couldn't be more thankful. Those are my takeaways from my first semester in business school. And because round 2 is coming up and I'm on winter break, just reflecting even more about, first semester and getting ready to prep my goals for 2021 and second semester, I want to open up my calendar to anyone who is applying for second or third or fourth round. I'm going to put my Calendly link in the description below. And if you're interested in learning more about my Kelly experience this first semester, if you're interested in learning about how I tackled recruiting over the summer, and if you are interested in just hearing more about my entire journey, if you don't feel like watching all of my videos, definitely schedule some time with me. When you input the purpose of the call, make sure that you put your LinkedIn in there just so I can, get some background info on you before we actually speak. All right, well, that's the end of that. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, like this video because I know you liked it, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.